28-year-old woman comes to the emergency department because of a 2-day history of dark urine, increasing abdominal pain, and tingling sensation in her arms and legs. She has a history of epilepsy. Her current medication is phenytoin. She is nauseated and confused. Following the administration of hemin and glucose, her symptoms improve. The beneficial effect of this treatment is most likely due to inhibition of which of the following enzymes? Option A, aminolevulinic dehydratase. Option B, aminolevulinic acid synthase, ferrochelatase, PBZ deaminase, and uroporphyrinogen decarboxylase. Yes, that's a good question. So it is a case of porphyria, so porphyria. So what happens? You have to understand the enzyme. So you see it here that glycine and succinyl coenzyme, they make delta ALA, and with the help of enzyme synthase, and and it's gonna manifest. So if the patient have problem of like acute intermittent porphyria, there is no skin finding, only pain, abdominal pain, psychotic manifestations, no. And if the pathology is later in the cycle, like here, okay, later in the cycle, then since they have already made uroporphyrinogen, so they will have skin manifestation because they have already synthesized porphyrin, and that porphyrin gonna accumulate in the skin. So remember, if pathology is early in the cycle, they will have no skin finding. If the pathology is later in the cycle, they will have skin finding. So early in the cycle, it is PBZ deaminase, and you have to remember the enzyme PBZ deaminase, and later in the cycle it is uroporphyrinogen decarboxylase. So how I remember uroporphyrinogen decarboxylase something, it means that they're gonna convert porphyria into something else. So it means if this enzyme is not here, you will have accumulation of porphyrin, uroporphyrin, that gonna cause skin manifestation. Okay, so what happens that there are enzyme inducer, no? So that I don't know whether you know it or not. You should know all the enzyme inducer, name of all enzyme inducer. If you don't remember, please remember the mnemonic is called GPRS cell phone. In our cell phone there is GPRS. So griseofulvin, P for phenytoin, phenobarbital, R for rifampin, RS. Okay, and cell phone, and so S for sulfonamides, and cell phone, GPRS cell phone, and C for carbamazepine. Okay, so these drugs are enzyme inducer. So if you see enzyme inducer, it means that if the patient is taking enzyme inducer, it means this enzyme will be induced, and they're going to make a lot of porphyrin. Okay, and they will have manifestation. If the patient have history of porphyria, if they take enzyme inducer drug, they will activate this pathway, and they're going to have problem. And there are something which inhibit this enzyme. So what are those things? That is hemin. Okay, so hemin, that is a product, you see the end product, it inhibits this enzyme. Okay, it is called auto inhibition, no? So hemin, glucose infusion. Okay, so if you give a glucose infusion, that's a famous question, then this process will be a stop. Okay, so what happened? The patient came with the problem, and he was given the beneficial effect of the treatment. He was given hemin and glucose, no? So hemin and glucose inhibit this step. Okay, so if this step is inhibited, there will not be formation of porphobilinogen or uroporphyrinogen. Okay, so it means that the patient will be benefited. Okay, so you keep it in mind that this enzyme is induced by GPRS cell phone, and this enzyme is inhibited by hemin and glucose. So inducer everybody knows, but inhibitor many people forget. Okay, so please keep it in mind, glucose and hemin inhibited. Okay, and you need B6. You need to know what are the steps where you need B6 in glycine, this porphyrin, porphyrin synthesis, hemin synthesis, So here you need B6. Okay, here is a step, here you need B6. Okay, so I think it is clear. So you can see here porphyria cutanea tarda, okay, I will go over. I think we have been through that. So why not option A? So aminolevulinic dehydratase catalyze the conversion of delta aminolevulinic acid to porphobilinogen. No, so they are converting ALA to porphobilinogen, that is dehydratase enzyme. Okay, so which is second step in heme synthesis. Inhibition of this enzyme would worsen this patient's symptoms since it leads to further accumulation of toxic porphyrin intermediate. Moreover, aminolevulinic dehydratase cannot be. Okay, so this is not the answer. So option C, why? Ferrochelatase. Okay, so ferrochelatase characterizes the conversion of protoporphyrin and ferrous to heme, which constitute the final step in heme synthesis. Inhibition of this enzyme would worsen this patient's symptoms, since ferrochelatase is here, no? So if you inhibit this enzyme ferrochelatase, the symptom will be worse. So it should be this. Okay, so this is the answer. And ferrochelatase, this is something which helps in incorporation of iron, So in lead poisoning, ferrochelatase is inhibited, in lead poisoning ferrochelatase is inhibited. Okay, so what happened? Lead poisoning inhibit ferrochelatase, due to which what happened? Iron accumulates outside of mitochondria. Okay, outside of mitochondria, and they looks like basophilic stippling. Okay, you see in the bone marrow, you're gonna see sideroblast, but in peripheral smear you're gonna see basophilic stippling. That stippling is due to accumulated sideroblast in the bone marrow is due to the accumulation of iron around the mitochondria, and they form a ring that is called sideroblast. Okay, so I think I have explained porphobilinogen deaminase deficiency, that is later in the cycle. So you're gonna have skin problem. Sorry, I'm wrong. Porphobilinogen deaminase is early in the cycle. You can see it is early in the cycle. So you're gonna have only abdominal pain, other problem, not skin manifestation. And uroporphyrinogen is here. Oh, I'm not how it's working. Okay, so I'm having problem with this app. It is running on its own. Okay, so we can skip it now. So you're gonna have problem if here deficient uroporphyrinogen decarboxylase, you're gonna have problem called porphyrin acute tarda. If you have problem here, porphobilinogen deaminase deficiency, you're gonna have acute intermittent porphyria. And keep in mind here you don't have skin manifestation. Okay,
thanks for watching. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more.